In a world filled with noise and uncertainty, tune into the voice of reason with Chaplain Ingrid Gentles every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us for uplifting conversations, inspiring stories, and biblical insights that will empower you to navigate life challenges with faith and confidence, where faith meets reality. Join the conversation on HGG Radio, live on YouTube, and social media. Don't miss it.
And you are tuned into the Voice of Reason on HGG Radio Station, Higher Ground Gospel Station. I am Chaplain Ingrid Gentles, and I am your host for today. Yes, I am. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalms 118:24. That's one of my favorite verses. And today we have a special guest, Miss Fadhwa Yusuf. She's a life coach for women. I have had the privilege myself of being coached by Miss Fadhwa, and it has been a life-changing experience for me, hence why she is with us today. And so I'm going to be bringing her on so that she can introduce herself to the listeners, and so that the listeners can get a better understanding of who Miss Fadhwa is. Miss Fadhwa, come on in. Come on in. Come on in. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Happy Monday.
Thank you so much. I am so excited for you to be here. I've been thinking about this. It's just such a privilege and honor to have you here. And as I mentioned earlier on to the listeners in my introduction, I have had my own personal experience of being coached by you and have had tremendous success in my life and the way I think and changing my mindset and so forth. It's been a great experience, and so I believe that you have so much to share for the listeners who are listening today, that you can deposit and give them some of your gems. You can even talk about your shows and so forth. So before I continue babbling on, I just want to introduce you, Mrs. Fadhwa. Please feel free to go ahead and share and introduce yourself to the listeners so that they can be acquainted with you. Go ahead, please.
Wow. Thank you first for having me, Miss Ingrid, and just to invite me in this space. It's truly, it's an honor. Wow. You know, the hardest part for me is introducing myself. It's easy when somebody, introduces you and you're like, okay, that part is done, right? If it just, I don't know, it's very difficult to talk about yourself, right? But what I can say is maybe just to the listeners tuning in and hearing, the gems that you bring into their lives every Thursday, is that maybe who is Fadhwa, right? I can start with Fadhwa. It's even just the meaning itself, a miracle. It means a miracle. And I walk into everyday conversations with that now. It's a miracle that I can co-create with everyone else. Miracle, right? Wow. What are the miracles? Because each one of us has a gift, right? And oftentimes we may not recognize that gift. So how can I help somebody else recognize their own miracle, that they're a walking miracle? Recognize and tap into their gift. So, I don't want to put labels. Oftentimes this is what we jump in as, especially as a woman, is, oh, I'm this and I'm that. I'm a mother, I'm a this and this. But then we forget actually who we really are to our core, the essence of who we are. We put labels, right? And I stay away from that actually, because I am more than a mother. I am more than a single parent. I am more than a woman. I am more than just that, right? Yes. So it's what is it that I'm bringing in a conversation, in a relationship? Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you're right. We're so quick to introduce ourselves, and with all the things that we do. And we miss the essence sometimes of who we are. So I love that. Absolutely love that. So, without further ado, we are going to just, I'm going to start with some questions for you, Ms. Fadhwa, and feel free to answer them to your comfort and to, just to inspire us and to get a better understanding. So my first question to you is, what inspired you to become a life coach for women? Yeah.
That's a really good question. I mean, did I ever think that I will take on that role, right? To be a life coach, to help other women on their journey. I never thought. And I didn't know that life was building me up for this moment, right? So what really inspired me is my own journey first. Is really, I mean, you cannot help somebody when you have not done the work yourself, right?
Hello.
I mean, I can come in and talk to you, Miss Ingrid, about trauma, about healing when I have not done the work myself.
Yes.
So I have to walk the talk
Mm-hmm.
and pulling in from my own reserves, right? What is the evidence that this works? Oh, you know what? It works because it has worked for me.
Okay.
Not only me, it has actually transferred to the people closest to me, to my children, to my family, to my clients. Oh, now I have evidence. I'm not doing empty words. I'm actually delivering evidence, right? So what it really inspired me is seeing the evidence, not just in my life, now seeing it transforming in my own relationships,
Okay.
and then seeing in my clients. My goodness me, somebody who's suffering from fibromyalgia, right? Telling you that for the first time I haven't felt pain. For the first time, you saved me from myself, from the pain. You brought me back to my heart. You brought me back to my essence. That was enough inspiration for me to say, my goodness me, how many people are suffering? How many people are struggling? How many people are feeling, challenged, and they find there's no way out? How can I help them transition, transform, and live a life that they want to desire, they've always desired, free from pain? Yeah, free from
improving and just transforming their pain, improving themselves.
Yeah.
Transformation, what I'm hearing you saying as well. Wow. A lot of us, especially those of us who are, mature women, have gone through life
Yes.
and have experienced many things, many types of experiences, and burnout and pain and all those things that go with life and being a woman, right? And so it's good to have someone like you to speak to women, particular in the area of pain.
Yes.
In the area of pain. And some women, some of us just don't know what to do with that pain, how to work with that pain, how to, transform ourselves through that pain. And so I love what you're saying. There's so much to this life coach for women. My next question to you would be, what was one of your greatest personal challenge to overcome in this journey?
Oh, wow.
That you're
I
on?
mean, there's been so many challenges. I think the one that really I think about sometimes is that it's a very, in the beginning when you're doing this work, it feels very lonely. And if it seems like you're alone, and you're alone in this journey, and it feels very lonely. It's very isolating. Okay. It was very challenging for me because it was something new. I'm doing the work, yet I find myself isolated. I'm doing the work, yet I find myself alone. I'm doing the work, yet I find myself so lonely in this journey. And I didn't understand it because you're trying to blend what you're experiencing with the current reality in your world.
Okay.
Right? Because when you're doing the work, it seems like you've entered a whole different environment. It's a whole different reality. Okay? It's like you've entered a new space that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
Now you're trying to put these two together. Your reality, the reality that you've always known to be, and that consists of not just you, but people around you.
Right.
Friends, family members, And now they see this person who is changing in front of them, and they no longer recognize this person. And then they can no longer articulate, right, your conversation, your language, because now your language changes, your communication changes, how you're being changes, right? And now you find yourself in isolation because nobody gets you. Nobody understands you. And for you to hold on to that, you're trying to be that person they've always known. So you're caught up between the two, the person you're becoming and the person they've known you.
Okay.
And that, as you're transitioning, is a very lonely place to be. It's a very lonely place to be. So I remember those days when I'll be like, my goodness, I remember saying to somebody, a family member, I said, okay, my home is my space. And this is my space. This is the area I'm growing, I said. So what I'll do is, I'll stand outside in the garden, and the garden is where I'm meeting everybody else. Because that's as far as they can get. That's as far as they can go with me, because they cannot enter my space because that's not where they are.
Okay.
So I don't expect them to enter my space. So that's the analogy. That's the best analogy.
That's interesting. That's a very interesting.
That I came up with, because in order to survive, and not just survive, to thrive in this space, I needed to make sure that I'm protecting this space.
Yes.
Right? And not fit in to any mold that I'm moving away from. So it can be very challenging. It can be very isolating, and really feeling like you're the only person in this. And anybody who's gone through that transformation and on that journey has felt that.
It's so interesting that you're saying that, because in my faith, in my faith, I'm Christian, as you know. In my faith, we believe that, even when you are in isolation, you're never really alone, because there's God is always with us, right? And so even when we're in that space, and isolation is a very important part of your journey, Ms. Fadhwa, that you're speaking about, because that's where transformation, that's where you metamorphose into who you're becoming, who you're called to be, right? And so it can feel very lonely. And I hear what you're saying, because I can identify with what you're saying, right? You can feel very lonely and secluded, but I believe that part of that seclusion it's the time that is now preparing you to transform into your next.
It's like the butterfly, right? You're a caterpillar, and before a butterfly becomes the beautiful being it needs to be, it has to go into seclusion. It has to be in isolation. Right? And transformation happens in isolation, but it's a very foreign space. It is a very foreign, uncomfortable, unfamiliar environment. And anytime we enter that space, that's the space that the shading takes place. We're shading the old self, and the new self, the version of ourselves, the higher version of ourselves emerges. And we have to go through that. So it's really understanding this is not the isolation, the loneliness, the aloneness is not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. It just shows that you're shedding and entering an unfamiliar environment that needs to happen for you to get to the next version of you.
Wow. I love that. I hope those who are listening here just heard that, being in isolation, if you are in that place right now in your life where you are feeling isolated, you are feeling alone, just know that's a good place to be, because something is about to be birthed inside of you. Something is about to happen inside of you. As Ms. Fadhwa mentioned earlier on, this is where you go through the phase of being a caterpillar to a beautiful butterfly, right? And so if you're hearing what she's saying, and I heard her loud and clear, if you happen to be in that season right now where you feel isolated, you feel alone, that's a very good place to be. Something is about to happen. Something is about to change. And so keep that in mind as you're going through the process. My next question for you, Ms. Fadhwa, is if you had to do it all over again, what would you change?
Oh my goodness. If I had to do
Anything?
it all over again, what
How
would
would
I change?
you change?
Honestly, I don't think I would change anything.
Okay.
I mean, I look at it, everything that happened. It's
Mm-hmm.
like right now, I'm actually eating a full course meal. That's where
Oh,
I'm at. That's how I'm looking at it. Okay.
okay.
It was a preparation of me sitting and eating a full course meal.
Mm-hmm.
And every experience that I went through, every versions of me that I had to experience, the depression, the sadness, the loneliness, the hurt, the broken hurt, the divorce, the
Mm-hmm.
single parent, like all that. I
Yeah.
look at it as seasoning.
Mm.
Mm, different
Seasoning.
seasoning. Yes. So we're not just talking about seasons in your life, we're talking about seasoning. This was seasoning for the recipes that was about to emerge. So right now I'm sitting down and I'm having a full course meal. And I mean, it's delicious. It's delicious and I love it. And I'm having it and I'm enjoying it, but I'm not enjoying it by myself. I have people on my table with me,
With you.
eating it, enjoying it, rejoicing,
Wow.
So I'm feeling my stomach full from this, and it's full of delicious seasoning.
Wow.
And that's what it is. There's nothing I can change. I am who I am today because everything that has happened in my past built me,
Mm.
prepared me for this moment.
Prepared you for this moment.
It was a direction. It directed me to this moment.
Yes.
Yes, there's nothing I would change.
I love, again, here's where we're talking about mindset. Um, this is a meal, and she's seen all that she's gone through as seasoning.
Yes.
Seasoning, not a season, but seasoning as you think of a meal. Yeah, you got to put all of this together to present this final beautiful meal that you can eat and digest. I like that, Ms. Fadhwa. I like that mindset, you know, the good, a little bit of this, a little bit of salt, a little bit of
Yes.
pepper. Sometimes the pepper is hot, sometimes the salt is too salt.
There you go. There you go. Yes.
But seasoning, wow, I like that analogy. And so you feel that, what you've went through in your life has prepared you for what you've achieved thus far. Can you share some of what you've achieved just thus far, Ms. Fadhwa? Because I know you don't necessarily, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, don't necessarily like to talk about yourself, but you've achieved quite a bit, right? And
Yes.
so, uh, you know, you know, it's prepared you for what you have achieved thus far in your life. And would you be so kind as to share some of what you have achieved?
Of course. Of course. So I was at a summit yesterday and I was sharing something and I said, oh my goodness me, I never realized that trauma was part of my life until 2020.
Mm.
Didn't know that everything, that built me to be where I was right up until 2017, because 2017 is the year, I call it the year of reawakening.
Mhm.
Right up until that moment, I didn't know that trauma was part of my journey.
Mm.
It dictated the decisions I made, the relationships I was in, the kind of people that I was attracted in my life, who I was and who I became and who I turned out to be, right? Right up until that time. And it's only until 2020. So there's a gap between 2017 and 2020. That's 3 years. And those 3 years was me finding me, going back to me, because in that moment, I'm like, 2017, I'm thinking, where's Fadhwa? Where have I lost Fadhwa? When did I lose this vivacious, happy, full of life Fadhwa? Because I was just numb in that moment.
Wow.
I recognized the numbness, the stillness, the loneliness, the sadness, the deep void of emptiness that just, taking up my space. And
Wow.
that was a whole different environment, a space that I didn't even recognize. And I'm saying, oh, what is this numbness I'm not familiar with? But I didn't realize that was a moment that actually started everything for me. It was the moment that I started to feel something.
Wow.
And didn't realize what I was feeling was part of the trauma, parts of my trauma, right?
Wow.
And when I started now the journey of finding it, like you talk about, what have I gained, and just understanding my journey is awareness. That was the first thing. Awareness of self, and having consciousness of what's happening around my life, within me, not outside of me, but within me.
Yes.
And naming it.
Ah.
So not just having awareness and consciousness of it, but just actually naming it. This is what I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but this is how I'm feeling. I've never had to name that my entire life.
Wow.
Because that's how disconnected I was from my own self, my own sadness, my own feelings, the anger, the sadness, everything that I felt was just put in a big bottle, for instance, and just tight. You know, the lid was so tight that I could never unlock it. Right? And that was the first thing that I started recognizing. And then when I started working on myself, right up until 2020 is when I realized, my goodness me, there's a deeper story that I have to uncover.
Yes.
And naming it and really understanding, oh, there's sadness. There's this sense of loneliness and, sense of loss. Where is this coming from? Oh, then other stuff. Oh, abandonment, rejection. My goodness, what's all this? And really right up to the history, going back into not just my childhood, all the way to my mother's womb. How that experience shaped me. To the day that I was given birth, how that experience shaped me.
Wow.
Right? So what have I achieved? I'm not talking about the book that I've written or the coaching programs that I offer.
Yes.
No, what I've achieved is I have gone back to me. I have reconnected to me. I have redeveloped a deeper relationship with myself.
Okay.
I'm still finding out and discovering who Fadhwa is every single day.
Beautiful. 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 You're so humble, Miss Fadhwa, that you've moved away from the tangible things, and you've gone into the areas of things that you can't put your hands on. And I love that about you. I really do. It says a lot about you, just so you know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It really does.
Even just the presence, right? Just being present.
Yes.
Being present. And when you're present, you build connections with people.
Correct.
You develop a deeper connection with people. And we cannot be present when we are disconnected. So these are things that I cannot say that, oh my goodness. No, I take every single day as a gift, as a miracle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I started the show off by saying, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And here you go again. It's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. And, I would like to toot your horn a little bit, Ms. Fadhwa, if you don't mind. I'm holding up your book. It's called Going the Distance. Ms. Fadhwa is also an author, and she wrote this book, and I have my signed copy here. And would you mind just telling our listeners about your book, Going the Distance?
Yeah. Wow. So it's the book itself, right? It just the title itself, Going the Distance. That's life.
Yes.
We are going the distance. Every single day we are going the distance, building relationships, building connections, impact, creating change. That's going the distance. Even if we'll feel trapped and lost, we are still going the distance. Right? That the subtitle of the book is called No Paths Left Behind. And one of the challenges that I see some of us actually, even myself in the beginning, was we want to go the distance and we want to forget our past. We want to go the distance and avoid things that are actually happening in our day-to-day life. We want to go the distance, but we are disconnected. We want to go the distance, we are unhappy. We're going to go the distance. We are self-harming ourselves psychologically, mentally, physically, and we don't even know why we're doing it. So no paths left behind is you cannot go the distance without your past. You cannot step into the future without your past.
Right.
You cannot step into your present moment without your past. Right. So our past means that was a minute ago. That's my past already. So we're not even talking about 30, 40, 50 years ago. We're talking about a second past is already your past.
Yes.
Right? So no past left behind is how does each part of your history, your past, who you are, is shaping you on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
right? The book talks about I really go deeper in understanding what parts of ourselves define who we are. So when you talk about parts, is your belief systems, the perceptions, the narratives, the stories that you hold and you keep telling yourself. What are those? And then really understand where is the source, where is the origin of those stories, the beliefs. They're not good enough. I'm not good, I'm not beautiful. Where is the source of it? Where did you learn that you're not beautiful, that you're not good enough?
Yes.
Right? When did you learn that first? And then understand the functionality of it. What function did it serve? Right? And what is it serving now? And once we understand that, then how do we transform it? And the only way we can transform it is we go to the next part, which is the emotion. Right? Because just transforming the belief is not enough. Oftentimes that's usually, you say, oh, read your mantras, I'm good enough, I'm beautiful, da, da, da. It doesn't work that alone. You need to back it up with an emotion. So when you say I'm good enough and you say I'm good enough, is that convincing? But when you say I'm good enough, that's a whole different, the emotion, the body feels it, right?
Yeah.
Right. You have to speak it and your body has to feel it. So now the emotions of, the sadness, the shame, the guilt, all this, the anger, all this, we want to also work on that, because there are the ones that are actually carrying the pain, not the beliefs. The beliefs, the perceptions, the stories are the gatekeepers. Our emotions, they want to keep us safe. So I really go deeper in the book to really show, and I use my own examples.
Okay.
So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm actually sharing, this is how abandonment and rejection showed up in my life. This is my life, in my relationships. And where is the source, the origin, the functionality of it? And what was the emotions that were those, the beliefs were gatekeeping? Go deeper. And then how did I process it? How did I transform them?
Okay.
And how did they take on a different role? Right?
Wow.
They're wearing a different hat now. Yeah. So the functionality is to disempower you. Now, once you transform that, now the functionality is to empower you.
Empower us. Wow. Well, we have to get this book going the distance. We need to be empowered. And as Ms. Fadhwa says, our past is not just 40 years ago. Our past could have been just yesterday, right? And so we need to be cognizant of that as well. You mentioned earlier on when you were speaking about, where did that vivacious person, where did you go, right? And we have a clip.
Yeah.
We have a clip, and you did a summit last year. Sorry, we're in the new year already, right?
Yes, November.
Summit this year, Take a Leap and Jump Summit. And that was such an exciting, well-attended summit. And I think we have a clip from that, and I would like to show that. Let me just see if we can find it here. I'd like to show that.
You're saying yes to your best version. You're not saying yes to me. So what will your next version of you sound like? What will be the next version of you feel like? So you are speaking for not just you. You're speaking for the next version of you. Own that and claim that. So are you ready to claim the next version of you? Are you ready to leap into the next version of you? Are you ready to step into your next version? Wholeheartedly, even if it seems scary. Say, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. The house was saying, yes, I am. Women were saying, yes, I am. Tears were flowing on so many tables. That day was just so vivid in my mind. So much transformation happened that day. I saw it. I witnessed that for myself. And the feedback I got from so many others was absolutely incredible. So this is where that vivacious voice has shown up. Bold and exciting.
Yes.
and
Yes.
transforming the lives of women who need to hear that voice, who need to hear your story, and who need to learn the transformational process of turning pain into purpose. I'm so thankful as now we've come to the end of our show so quickly. I am so thankful to have you on, Ms. Fadhwa. And if you wouldn't mind just letting the listeners know where they can get your book, the various platforms that you have, feel free to share that right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ms. Ingrid. Really appreciate you having me here.
You're welcome.
Yes, absolutely. You can find the book on Amazon. If you go on amazon.co.com, you can find a copy of the book.
Okay.
Please get one. Once you read it, put in your testimonials. Don't forget your testimonials.
Yes.
and at the back of the book is my email as well. And this is what I encourage anybody who gets the book to always, you have access to me.
Okay.
Okay? You can always contact me for anything that you feel like maybe you're struggling with, or you need some clarification or help throughout the process. Reach out to me. I'm here to, just to help you go through whatever it is that you're going through. But I'm on social media. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, of course, and you can find me, The Gems of Life, or Fadhwa Yusuf on LinkedIn or Facebook as well. And
Excellent. Excellent. So ladies and gentlemen who are listening, if you want to be a part of that as well, feel free to get the book. All the information is on the back of the book that you can get a hold of Ms. Fadhwa as well. You can book your session with her if you need to talk. Again, this is geared to women. This is a very important job that's being done and being offered to us. And I really believe there's so much to gain from that. I know I gained. I was transformed, period. So we just want to thank you once more, Ms. Fadhwa, for being here with us. You're just an honor having you. We look forward to seeing you in the future. Continue with great success as you are already doing. Thank God for you. And we want to thank all our listeners for listening. Thank you for tuning into the Voice of Reason on HGG Radio Station, Higher Ground Gospel Station. Thank you. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye.
bye-bye.
In a world filled with noise and uncertainty, tune into the Voice of Reason with Chaplain Ingrid Gentles every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us for uplifting conversations, inspiring stories, and biblical insights that will empower you to navigate life challenges with faith and confidence, where faith meets reality. Join the conversation on HGG Radio, live on YouTube, and social media. Don't miss it.